Thank you for joining us today. We are here with Dr. Bank to talk about breast cancer awareness. Dr. Bank is a noted Long Island plastic surgeon who specializes in breast cancer patients. Dr. Bank, thank you so much for being here today and taking the time from your busy schedule. So both Canon and NIBRA, your plastic surgery practice, are flagship sponsors of the American Cancer Society, the Making Strides Walk campaign. And we are so proud to have worked with you and to support your book, Before the After, along with our subsidiary, Canon Solutions America. Can you share some insights how you came up with the idea for the book?
Sure. About 6 years ago, a woman walked into my office having had a mastectomy with no reconstruction elsewhere. At the time, she just wanted to deal with the cancer and couldn't even think of doing anything else. 2 years later, she was unhappy with her appearance, and you could tell that she sort of felt emotionally exhausted from all this. So we came up with a plan for her reconstruction that involved taking tissue from her lower belly to reconstruct her breasts. In planning for any surgery, I take a before picture in order to determine what steps I'm going to take. And in her case, as I do, I took a picture basically of her entire torso, and I accidentally caught the lower half of her face. In that picture, she was grimacing a grimace that I'll never forget, that just had a real look of disgust, awkwardness, and discomfort. Fast forward 6 or so months later, after having had a major reconstruction and a little revision or tweak just to get things just so, we took her after picture. And again, I captured her entire torso and the bottom part of her face, quite coincidentally. In that picture, she's beaming with joy. She has this upside down smile that really shows what she felt. And I always refer back to that picture when I talk about breast reconstruction and women's options. I talk about no reconstruction, implant-based reconstruction, and natural tissue reconstruction in an immediate fashion or in a delayed fashion, such as that case. And I show her picture of her entire torso before and then after. And then I zoom in to that little sliver of pixels that I captured before, and then to the one that I captured after, cropping away everything else. Again, that little sliver is the essence of what I do in my mind. It's taking a woman from really, the depths of all fears and chaperoning her through that process to a point of light and hope.
That's just beautiful. And now that woman, along with all of the other women in your book, they serve as a source of inspiration and hope for women who are going through that now or in the future, unfortunately. So can you talk a little bit about the women in the book and some of their journeys and how they came about to say, yes, Dr. Bank, I want to participate in this?
Right, so it's quite a big leap of faith that they're taking. They're exposing, as one of the women put it, their biggest boogeyman that chased them at night and caught them. And during the process of healing, of undergoing treatment, a certain bond is formed between a physician and a patient, a surgeon and a woman. And frequently these procedures are more than one step. The healing can take months. A relationship is developed and trust is gained. A lot of them just feel very grateful coming to the other side of this, and never really, some of them maybe didn't even know their options and always thought about the negative side of things. They want to show other women that they can imagine are feeling the same, the positive aspects of this.
Mm-hmm.
Having created that kind of a bridge between a doctor and a patient, they want to extend that to other women. And this is one expression that we were able to create with their assistance. I didn't want to put any words in their mouths because I haven't been, and I could never be in their position. So what I asked them to do is to take a look at those images, put themselves back in that room in the beginning of the process where they really saw no hope, and given the opportunity to reflect and write about their experience. Some of them were very verbose. We got 10 paragraphs, which are true to character, and some of them were 10 words that were very succinct, to the point, and again reflect that particular person. So the book is accompanied by those words, and really reflects the myriad of personalities that we see, because cancer really, it can hit anybody. Nobody really knows. Those are the words and the messages that accompany the images, and I think those words really serve as a voice for those women to get their message out and to give hope to other women that are facing a similar circumstance.
I think I would call these women superheroes, right, for what they've gone through and their bravery, and especially to say, here's my story, put it forward so that other women can be inspired. How many women are in your book?
There are 24 women in the book. They range in age, personality, circumstance in life. Some of the women had cancer. Some of the women have stage 4 or advanced cancer that are still fighting through and still smiling through this. Some of them at a young age decided they wanted to take preventative measures for the benefit of their own health, for their family's health. I really take my hat off to all of them for being courageous enough to go through this physically, but also being brave to expose themselves emotionally to the world.
Exactly. And through funding from the American Cancer Society, let's hope that they can find a cure soon for this horrible disease that impacts so many women and men, actually. Dr. Bank, I've heard this year is a significant one for your practice and for your Making Strides Against Breast Cancer sponsorship. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So this is the 20th year that Niagara Plastic Surgery is one of the flagship sponsors of the Making Strides event alongside Canon. Honestly, it's one of the highlights of our calendar every single year. We conglomerate early in the morning, rain or shine, typically in the cold, but we come together as a family, as a group, with friends. The numbers grow every year, unfortunately. We like to see the number of people joining these walks decline, but the reality isn't there yet. We walk together and we show that we can be strong throughout this, and we can raise awareness and funds to help eradicate this issue.
Thank you. And thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you again for participating with us on this project.
Absolutely. Special thanks to the American Cancer Society for all that you do. Dr. Bank, thank you again for being here today. And let's all work together to make a difference in the lives of women with breast cancer. Thank you.